And welcome to Barcelona for round 2 in the Rapid Racing League Division 1 Championship. Looking forward to a very exciting day. It's going to be some great racing, great and colours here, Division 1 action. We're looking forward to seeing the guys like Rubric and Rapid Cahoot now, as he's now known, the Perth Playboy who won that race in Bahrain in sensational circumstances. There was a bit of a count back, but we'll see if Ruby can get the better of him today. We've got Crew to come as the first guy out on track here, and we're travelling him around here. So Cruder in the Aston Martin. His teammate, Ocean Man, finished third on the podium, got himself his first podium here. Great to see him there, and hopefully we've got a full grid here tonight, which is fantastic to see. All 20 spots, all ready to rock and roll. So just here on his outlet Cruder. Very tricky and technical circuit, Barcelona. Obviously the test track for most of the F1 seasons. It's got a lot of undulating turns in here, a little bit of high-speed technical turning in here, probably the worst S's in the country, get rid of it. So let's ride on board a Crew, see what time we can go. Sort of expecting, based on Division 2 from last night, looking forward to seeing he's sort of backed away from here, 1:16.894, so a good first time there from Cruder. Definitely the benchmark, and probably sort of expecting 1:16.8 and below to get us through into Q2. Right now we've got 4 people on the stream. Thanks for tuning in. Rapid Racing League here, brought to you by our good friends at Sully's Shirts. You're not dressed until you are wearing a Sully's. Your boy here now, see where he's coming through onto sector 1. Second gear coming down here, very tricky left-hander, as I like to call it, the Clem corner, because Clem always used to prang onto this corner, always span himself out. Here on the very tricky blind turn 9, you really can't take this full out, full chat. It's impossible to do now because of the downforce changes in this game compared to F1 2020. So it's definitely a 6th, 7th, and you're just lifting off that throttle just near the turn in. I think we've got Ocean Man into there. Nope, just on the pit, so let's take a look. Your boy here is coming through 51.8. Nice little times, probably looking at a 1:16, just in the 1:17s. 1:18.9. He's definitely going to have to go again. 1:17.9 there for Paddy on his first hard lap. Who we got here coming through now? Is that Pinju? Yep. So Pinju on an out lap. Cahoot 49.9, it's definitely a 1:16.1, nice and low there to start off with. Let's see what Josie comes at, 1:16.7. So the times are coming through. The first of the Red Bulls here, is that Supra? That might be the Alpine there. On board here with Clem. Didn't make it out of Q1 in Bahrain. He would be disappointed, but he's been out of the saddle for quite some time with his move to a new town or a new suburb, and he's now just sort of settling into his new surroundings. We've actually got a yellow sector 2 there. Is that Josie, or is that... Not too sure who's spun out on that one, but Josie going slow. Obviously just letting Clem go by. Looks like the way that they're doing this. SD Romulus on his outlap. Paddy Crow out on his as well. So Pinju's going to be the next one across the line to set a competitive time. Kenji with a 1:16 flat. Puts him in the P1. Great time. Definitely good enough to get through him to Q2. So see where Muno comes through. He's just coming through the line. So it'll be Kimi, our European champion, the next to set a line. And I think I've got a very, very special friend here just to take Kimi's commentary, and I'll hand it over to you. Hello, this is Jan. I'm on the board here with my good friend Kimi as we come down here into the end of Sector 1. Braking hard from 18 to 40, 21.9. It's not too bad there from Kimi. Expecting more from him as he goes into the yellow sector. Left-handed here, down into second by Kimi, but he's not going too bad. Accelerating away down here to the tight left-hander. We want to be going down into 40, Kimi. He's not going too bad here. He's handling the pressure very, very well. And Kimi now going to the very tricky 7th, just a little bit left off the pedal, but Kimi doing very, very nicely. Down here into the hard left-hander, down in second position. We want to see Kimi doing very, very nicely here, and he's doing okay, the Kimi, and I'm very proud of him so far. Kimi going into this very tricky technical 14 and 15, just tabbing on the brake into second, coming accelerating out here. He probably want to go the 115, 116. In the 116s here for my Kimi. Very good, Kimi. Jano, very proud of you. Great lap from you. Thanks, Jano, for taking us for a whole lap around there. I'm sure the Kimi will be able to tune in and take a look at that commentary there. So we'll see who's out now. It's the Ocean Man on his next one through. So Clem with a 117.5. Josie is actually, Kahoot's gone 115.7, the first into the 15s. Very nice double thing, and Josie was a 116.7, so they're doubling up in here. Next one up here is Muno. What's Muno got in the bag? Oh no, he's got it real slow. He's obviously lost it there. He's going to go for another one. And the Aston Martin, that's Ocean Man across the line next. 116.6, puts him in P4. Definitely in terms of here, Relic coming through with 49.9, 115.7, bang, P1. Goes Nathan. Shots fired here in Q1 as Nathan sets the fastest time and puts a cat among the pigeons. Looking very nice, thank you very much. Oh, he's lost it though. Get it back into the grid. Oh boy, don't go around the wrong way, you get disqualified. Oh, lucky, lucky, lucky Relic. We've now removed reset to track. If you get caught on reset to track, that's an automatic 10-second penalty. It's coming back through. Paddy Crow coming out for another lap, but lucky to handle that. So Ocean Man in P5 so far, coming around here. Clem just coming into the pits. The two Alpines. There's that Hugh Daffett on the pits. Outlap there from Benny Black. He's on an outlap. Josie's coming into the pits. Paddy's been doing 4 laps. More and more laps here. SD Romulus. We want to see where he's going. He's probably going to be the next across the line here. 114. Oh, he's just coming into the pits, obviously. Wasn't very happy with the way that went through. Rubric, 109. We'll be wanting to go into the 116s nice and early. Get that one out of the banker. We've got a turn in sector 1, 116.9, fantastic, puts in P3. Super 116.4, just coming out of the pits here, or not too sure what he's up to on that one, but just coming out. Braking wrap time on the outlap here now. See how he can come through here. 118.1 with Itchy Boy, obviously struggling on that first one out. He's on an outlap again. Obviously we've got a couple of yellows in sectors. People just slowing down, trying to get out of the road. Willie with a 49.7. Yeah, next through. Cahoots come through, Relic. No, he's missed it. He's missed that A-set. He's actually validated. Rapid is going to have to sort of loosen up and go again. Noodles with a 103.3. It's definitely a slower sort of lap. Ain't going to get him anywhere. He's just on his outlap, or he's warming up for a lap 2 now. Yep, so he's obviously invalidated, so he slowed down, geared it up again. So next across, we've got Mono in the pits now. Noodles coming through down here, along through. Supra coming across the line here. Will he do any better? So Noodles. 15.97, still no one really sort of attacking up there. To see what Noodles can do down here into the second last sector. You want to be 102, 103 in sector 3 here. Nice and want to be hitting that last apexes of 110, 111. He's on track here for definitely for a 116. It's going to be probably good enough to get him into there. 116 flat. That's good enough for P4. This just coming across the line. He's on a hot fly lap. Just a little bit of a flick there in the Haas as he tries to enter sector. Nice slow sector 20s. Best now accelerating through. Relic has boxed it. And retired. He knows that that time is good enough for him. Nice slight thing through here. Looking at down here in sector 2, 21-2 sector. He's lost it, just winning way too deep here. Abyss. Slightly on the out, lucky to keep that one in. Didn't invalidate it. It's very tricky. Again, very deep on those brakes. Probably not the time he's looking for here. Let's see what he comes up with. And he's invalidated it, unfortunately. So, not a good lap there from Abyss. You see Romulus, just a tenth above. He wants to be in the 117 ones. Did very nicely, thank you very much. He's got Rubric here on a outlap. Kimmy. Let's see what Kimmy can do from us here. Just easing it up now. Ocean 1/10 down in P12. As I said, 16.8 and below is going to get you into the next section. I was pretty much right there. Has he got a nice 15 in him? 16.1 P10. Wow, this is tight. Really tight, ladies and gentlemen. Next to come around, Josie. Just 1/10 down, and he's probably on a 16.5, 16.6. 16.6. Slightly improves the P13. The times are really starting to tumble now. What can Josie Wells do for us here? We've got the two Ferraris, got Rubric on an outlap. We've got the two ST Romulus trying to go through for again. 116.6, half a tenth up and puts him in a P13. Cruder Karma, he's the man in Cruder and Muno. The guy's in danger. Paddy Pro Clem, it's your boy, and Abyss, who's still yet to set a time. Not too sure what's happening with Abyss here at the moment. He's definitely staticky around here. Someone can tell me if there's something wrong with him. Welcome to the stream. We've got 15 viewers here. Welcome, Grady, Baxter. Hope you had a good race there last night, Baxter. It was good to have you on board with us. And Grady, that race of yours in Great Britain was actually good to watch. So hopefully you'll be able to see you on the Formula Ocean very shortly. But there's something definitely wrong here with Abyss. Hasn't flew the time. He's staticky. There's something wrong with his connection. I don't know if he's actually going to put a time in. Unfortunately, Josie Wales is coming to pit through. So 15.7's the pole time so far. So we've got a bit of a challenge. We'll go through the next sector here, but Pinju trying to improve on that 116 flat. Oh, gee. A little bit of a twitchy rear end there by Pinju, but he was able to manage to hold it. Coming through, he's slowing down. He's backed out of this one. Let's take a look at Rubric here. Daff's in the pits. He's got his 15th through. Supra, 16.2. He knows that he's not safe in there. Oh, Muno's lost it. Coming out here, that's not going to help him at all. He's in P16. Unfortunately, and this is his last lap. He's got 9 seconds to cross that line. It's all or nothing for Muno. He's in P16, so let's see what Muno can do here on his last lap. All the rest of so Muno Kruder is also, he is 3/10 down, so he's not unlikely to improve. So let's see, Clem is the first one to go through here. It's your boys last. So let's take a look here. Josie Wild, P15, 16.6 is the time. Kruder Karma coming down onto this back straight. We've got yellows in sector 1. Muno has lost it. Muno is out. He's crashed and he is definitely out here. Kruder. We've got one in sector 2. Oh, Muno's got himself away, but he is done. He's not going to improve. In fact, he's out. He's DNF'd it. So Kruder looking for a 16.6 is probably not going to get the job done. 16.7, 1/10 out on P16. Clem is the only one out on track that we can see that's probably going to trouble these guys. It's your boy, 2:10, 17.9, not good enough. So we are on board here with Clem. He is the last one that can challenge to get Josie Wales. 16.998 is his best time. Can Clem improve? We need 2/10 or 3/10 here. As I said, that 16.7 was going to be the benchmark. It's 16.6. This is some hot and spicy action here from Barcelona. Let's take a look what Clem can do from us. That's it. It's all over. So Clem will go out in P16. P17, unfortunately. So let's take a look here. Relic on P1 with a 1:15.7, closely by Kahoot. Nice new name for Kahoot, Rapid Kahoot now. He's part of the Rapid family. Rubric comes in third. Hugh Daff in fourth. A very nice quiet 15.8 from him, so getting the job done. Broken Reptile, great to see him in the top 5 in the Alfa Romeo. Kimmy from England, our Division 1 champion from Europe in a 16 flat. He'll be in Noodles in P7, Pinju and Rapid Willie. Broken back, but the unfortunate guys there, Kruder Kramer, 16.7, less than 1/10. Less than 1/10 away, unfortunately. Muno, who crashed on that last lap at a 16.7. Clem with a 16.998. And there's 17.3 for Paddy Crow and Itchy Boy there in P20. So that is our unlucky guys that are going to drop out here into Q1 as we move on to Q2. Obviously, we've got a little bit of a hang in the system here by the looks of it. Thanks, Reddy. I'll definitely take a look at that. Just wait till we get into the next lobby. We move on to Q2. Be interesting to see which of our drivers takes the risk and takes the gamble on the medium to hard strategy, which is definitely the preferred strategy around here in Barcelona, the one stop. So the benchmark there in 10th is 16.1. That was a red hot time, and that's Q1. So 15.7 Hopefully that's a little bit better, Reedy. Yes, mate, no problems. Bear with me, guys. I'm just going to get my co-com into the party, so just please be with me. Bear with me. Well, if it's not the Flying Scotsman, don't forget to include your audio. Hendo, how are you tonight, mate? G'day, Matt. How are you, mate? G'day, mate. How are you, buddy? It's good. And now I'm getting some echo. So Q2, how's things going with you, Matty?
Yeah, all right. Just trying to make sure my audio is coming through.
Yeah. No problems with it. All good.
Somebody hear me? Hey, we can hear me. That's good.
So the second best thing to come out of Scotland behind the kilts and haggis.
And whiskey and iron brew and shortbread and
shortbread. There we go. There's a
tarmac.
There's a few
windscreens
exactly.
and medicine.
Yeah, that's it. So, what do you think of the? Okay, mate, you smartass. What do you think of Q1, mate? What did you make of it?
I only caught the end of it, but yeah, some interesting things getting thrown up there.
Yeah, well, look, I suppose to give you a bit of an indication, obviously the Q2 guys, and I know that you guys had the you had Spain last week because you're 1 week ahead of us.
Yeah,
but
yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Pole was 16-5 in Division 2 last night.
Yeah.
And to get out of Q1 was 16-7. So
yeah.
Just gives you an indication. And 16-1 was P10 in this. So I suppose the thing that we're going to be interesting to see is who takes the gamble, goes to the mediums, and who has got to go to reds. I mean, obviously Kimmy's gone out there in the reds. He's obviously made that decision that he's not going to make the top 10 on medium. So it'll be interesting to see who takes the gamble in this Q2.
Well,
what are your thoughts?
With a field full, 20 cars, going with softs isn't necessarily a bad idea. Spain is a tricky track at the moment on this game, with a few of the corners being a little bit more interesting than people would like. So there is a fair chance of safety cars or whatnot. So starting on the softs isn't a bad call, because you just dive straight in, and as soon as there's a problem, you dive in and get a new set of tyres. But looks like Broken Reptile's just gone out on softs for a little taster lap and straight back in again. So he might be swapping to the mediums.
So who we've got out on the track? Abyss has gone out on the mediums. He's obviously going to give it a go and see how he can go. We had a few technical issues in Q1 with him. He was just leapfrogging all over the thing, and I didn't see him actually put a time on. So, oh, hang on, he's lost it on the notorious Turn 9. Good for him. He's found a new track out there in Barcelona. So outside turn 9. So we'll see how he goes.
Well, we had a few problems yesterday in qualifying as to what tyres drivers were actually on. So on on Kahoot's screen it was saying, some of the times it was saying soft, and on my screen it was saying medium. And it looks like something similar is happening here, as Kimi did actually set his time on the mediums, not the softs.
When I was there, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so and I've got everybody on mediums at the moment.
Yep.
Other than Hudaf and B Black.
Yep. So Pinju's out on the mediums as well. So yeah, definitely playing some tricks on us. The spectator menu wants me to select a driver. I don't know why I don't want to do that, but it's quirky little things, these things. But yeah, so Kimi's the first one out. Pinju, I'm not too sure he's up to. Rubrics, unfortunately, we've got no telemetry in this. There we go. So Pinju is obviously backed out. He's unfortunately invalidated. Rubrik's going out on the mediums. So he goes through here for us. Relic out has done a 16 flat. He's on the reds. So that's his first one. Let's just confirm that.
Medium.
Yep. No, definitely reds, mate. I'm looking at him on the screen. He's definitely gone through on reds. I've
got him with yellow tyres on his car.
Yeah, and I've got Kahoot. It's saying medium on the thing. No, he's got mediums. I've just dropped. If you go into sector 1, you can see Relic has gone through. He's definitely on the reds. So
yeah, well,
this game is playing some tricks on us. I can tell you that.
I'm literally looking at yellow tyres on my screen.
Wow, there you go. Jeez, you can't even get this right, Cody's. Come on. Willie with a soft 131. He's obviously doubling it up there. Kahoot comes in on a 115.8 on the mediums. Now, it was a 15.7 when he actually came through on the red. So that's actually a pretty handy time on those medium tyres. So I really think this game is playing some issues with our brains here at the moment, because interesting times. ST's out on a warm-up lap. It looks yellow to me.
We'll never know.
We'll never know. You know when we're going to know? When they start the race. That's when we're going to know.
Yeah, well,
actually,
that's the one thing I don't know is whether or not it actually sorts itself out by the time you get to the race.
Yeah, Josie's coming out on the mediums as well. Pinju has gone for a second lap on the mediums. Let's see what he's got in the bag. 16.1 or 16.3, that's pretty good actually, Pinju. P5 for Pinju. Next across the line looks like Broken Reptile. Yep, 16.4, so that puts him up into P7. Guys are starting to put some few laps here. Supra. Slightly 1/10 up on his best time of a 16.2, so definitely on the pace. He's obviously liking this Barcelona track. Into the tricky turn 7-8. This blind right-hander, which now you definitely can't take out flat. And actually in the old game when you could, I still couldn't do it flat out. So I think the boys will come back to my pace, but that was a hard lock-up super. That's not going to actually help him anymore, and he's actually backed out. Who we got here? We've got Josie Wales out. He's on an outlap. Sector 3 yellow, looks like a Red Bull. I reckon that's probably Super again. So Josie into turn 1 and 2 here. Obviously now we can do this quite flat out, accelerating out, trying to hit that apex as tight as you possibly can, out wide, just braking just before the Pirelli board, into 4th, accelerating away. This is a really tricky corner. If you don't get it right, go too deep. Yeah, locks up those brakes slightly, but probably cost him 1 or 2 tenths as we accelerate here into the hard braking zone in turn 7. Slight kink into turn 8, the blind turn right, turn 9, slightly off into 6th. Interesting to see here, Matty. You got a few guys going in 7th and lifting, and then you got guys in 7th going around in 6th. So
yeah,
another
well, he just lifted slightly through that. As he had the wobble on the corner before. He had a bit of a wobble, so he wasn't too sure.
He did. The most hated S's in Formula 1 tracks, the most useless one, get rid of it please, Spain. Just remove it, okay? And we might be able to overtake it. A 16.3 from Josie, that's not bad. P6, we'll see how that goes. 16.1 was the top 10, so it'll be interesting to see how many of these guys are going to run the risk of going through. Ocean Man we've got next on long. He's coming around just in section 3. Again through the S's of stupidity out into the main straight. 16.3, yep, P6, good enough. Hugh Daff is the next one. Nope. Willie on an outlap. Daff's just on a hard lap here for me. Benny Black's out on an outlap. Who else we got? Is Supra. I think Supra's going for lap 3. He believes those mediums are hards, Matt, the amount of laps he's done in this sector. This is lap 3. Josie or Hugh Daff. This was the 1:17.3 on those. He's definitely going to have to go again. Josie's in the pits. So I think we've got Kimmy.
Well, a little bit of chaos at turn 1 there. You have several cars all jostling for a position.
Yep. You can see, was that
and it's broken,
like broken rip.
Getting out of the way of Abyss.
Yep. Kimmy next across. Geez, nice big wobble from Kimmy. 16.7, just on 2 tenths. So let's take a look on board. So who's the next one to come across the line? Hugh Daff with a 20. He's obviously going again on the means. Is that Ocean Man's next? No, he's pitting.
Rapid Willie's just come with the fastest middle sector.
Yep.
Coming across the line out.
15.5. Way, hello. Cat among the pigeons on the red, so he's made the decision. He is on the reds, isn't he?
Yes.
Just want to make sure he is.
Yeah, a lot of people went to the reds at the end just to make sure. A few of them. Oh, we got a car off at turn 3 there, turn 2, with the McLaren sideways.
Oh, that'd be Kimmy.
Yeah, Kimmy lost it on that.
And he's out.
Corner, so that'll put him out of Q2, whether he likes it or not.
He's coming around now on his hot lap. This is his last one. Obviously, he's going to need a 16.3 or better to get him through. Kimmy's out, so he will start in P15. Two tenths up Abyss, which is probably putting him on his flat 17. Cahoots retired with 15.8. Supra believes his 16.2 is good enough. He's retired. So Josie Wiles is the one that's in danger of the 16.3. Let's see who's going to change. So Noodles, he's 1/10 down on him into Sector 1. He's out on the red, so you'd expect him to pick up some time in Sector 2. That very sharp and the turn 7, which seems to have outdone it. Slight lift in 7th, accelerating as hard as you possibly can to this tight left-hander. Be interesting to see if they update the game with the new track dynamics of Barcelona, which they did this year, but didn't seem to really do much in terms of the overtaking. So Noodles,
Pinju's lost it. He's lost it on the final corner. Into the wall before the pit entry.
And Noodles is 3/10 up. Has he got enough to get him into... Nope, 16.5. So that's not good enough. So Noodles is out. Interesting. The ladies' man who loves to come P2. I don't know if we've got any more out on track. I reckon that's about it.
That's it, yeah.
Except for Daff. That's it. So that's our top 10.
Well, Pinju will be out as well, so he won't be making it to Q3 as he's hit the wall just before the end. The thing with Pinju there, he was kind of right on the edge of whether or not he would get into Q3 on the mediums, so he was out on the softs. I think just on that last corner he was trying to decide whether to bail and come into the pits or whether to complete the lap, and that little indecision probably cost him a bit of concentration, and he just ended up ploughing into the wall.
There you go. So that's it, Q2 done and dusted. Noodles won't be happy. I know that there's a few of the drivers on board. If someone could just give us the weather forecast for the race, that'd be nice. We had sunny qualifying for all the Div 2, and then it was like Kimmy likes his ladies, wet. It was pretty wet for us. In fact, we actually wet race in Div 2, which I believe my cohort inside actually won that race very handsomely too. Well done to you, Matt.
But the Euro Div 2.
Yeah, the Rio Div. So let's run through the top 10. We've got Willie P1, Rubik, Kahoot, as well as B Black in P4. Reptile takes in 5. Good performance from him. Hugh Daff, Relic Supra, and Abyss. Pinju will be out. Ocean Man in P11. Josie Wells, Noodles, SD Romulus, and Kimmy will start in P15. So our top 10, look, 15.5 has been the best that I've seen. These boys are obviously going to throw cat among the pigeons. Will we see a 14? Be nice to see.
Yeah, well, it's a top 9 with Pinju out, so a little bit more space on track for everybody. Not like there's not enough anyway. And,
exactly.
So you got one car from each team, apart from Alpine, who have 2.
Good, definitely. Hugh and Ben have been a formidable side. They've actually been with us together. They were in season 3 together. That's when they first came, and they've been very consistent actually. So good to see how those guys go. We've got Willie and we've got Abyss already on our outlips. Good to see Abyss. A couple of those boys from Formula Ocean. So if we take a Broken Reptile and Abyss, who joined us this season from Formula Ocean, so good to see those guys out. And Willie will be the first car to set a time in anger. He'll be followed by Abyss and Hugh Daff. So see what we can do here. Obviously 15.5 is the best time, which Willie's set in Q2, and we obviously expect that the tyres will get a little bit better, there'll be a little bit more grip. Expecting time, so 14.8, 14.9. Who's your pick for pole, Matt?
I mean, can't count out Kahoot. Rapid Willie is pretty strong, and Relics. Between those 3, I'd say. Although Rubric.
So just answer ready.
Any of them?
Yeah, exactly. Reedy, just to answer your question, yes, he did qualify on the mediums. He'll have the fresh side of mediums, and he was a 16.5 was his best time in Q2 ready. Just to answer that question about Noodles. So
yeah,
Willie's our first one through.
Yeah, when you're out in Q2, it doesn't really matter which times you were
Doesn't
on.
really matter.
You
Exactly.
get free
You
choice.
choose whatever you like. A nice fresh solid medium, so purple sector because he's the first one to go through it. Relic just sort of getting out of the way of Willie here.
It's a hard section to get out of the way of people though, and it's
exactly.
he's lost his concentration
deep,
a little bit there.
Absolutely lost it all right, and that is going to be good enough for a 16.8. So next was Abyss, who's lost it. He's gone way wide there. We've got a car out in sector 2. Is that another one we've lost?
It's B Black.
B Black.
Yeah.
So we've lost B Black as well. Willie
As Hudaf comes across.
There you go, 15.8, almost the magic 14s. Yeah. Rubik will be the next one across the line here in a 49.6, coming into sector 2. Definitely on pace for a 15. Is it low enough for 15.5? So P2. Supra the next to come through. He's just out on an outlap. Relic's lost it. He's gone the old spin
in the ground
at turn 9. At turn 9, as you do.
Yeah.
Jeez, I tell you what, how many cars are going to lose it on turn 9? They just.
There's a wheel there as well.
Oh,
that's from B Black's wheel that's still there.
That's B Black's wheel.
Seems to be a new thing in the game. Oh, and he spun it as well. Relics. Again? Yeah, he just.
Relics done it again.
Those tires are a bit red, so he needs to be careful. Yep. And he's driving into the wall a little bit. He doesn't pick up any damage.
Cahoot's come with a 15.7, so still half a second between DAF and Rapid Rubric. That's a significant gap, particularly in this division. To have half a second up on your rivals that's some pretty good going. Relic's obviously going to come in and pit on the reds. He's been lucky enough to be able to hold that. As we move on to the race, I'm interested to see how Ocean Man, Cahoot was able to pull off a win from the mediums to the hards, and he started P11, so I wouldn't count out Noodles or Ocean Man at all, because they're definitely on the ultimate strategy, so see how they come through. So Supra with a 52, definitely taking this nice and easy. I think he's probably made a mistake. He's probably going to be in the 18s here, if he's lucky. Unless he's going 2 laps, maybe. Just him and Reptile. Josie Cahoot's on an in-lap. Abyss. He's on an outlap as well.
Yeah, so Supra's just started his fast lap.
Yep.
Purple in sector 1.
Yep, beautiful. And Broken Reptile is on an outlap. So Supra's the last one. He's the only one out there with a purple sector 1. So that's right on board with Supra.
Takes a lot of curb on that inside and on the outside, so really making most use of carrying the speed through. Down the main straight, gets the everybody benefiting from the DRS down there as well. Slow through that corner though.
Purple sector 2 as well, so definitely on for a faster lap, but whether that's a purple for him or is it actually for the track, who knows?
Through the chicane. Nice and neat through the chicane.
Very nice. 111, so he's in the 116 lows. Just to the right hand side, 115.89. Very nice.
Yeah, there was.
P4 Super will be happy with that. There
was a few things going on there. Through the tight left-hander, just as you come into sector 3, he was a little bit slow through that. I think he might have just clipped a bit of fuel saving at the end there of the lap. Seemed to slow down quite drastically.
Next one to come through, 15.5. P3 for Abyss, not a bad time. Very nicely done by Abyss. I reckon that's it. Reptile is on a hot lap. So Hugh leading the charge with basically a 15 flat, and I definitely think that he's going to hit the 14s.
Reptile just about holding on to his car through these corners. Back end's going out a little bit.
It's definitely for 15.7 P5. Jeez, I tell you what, these are pretty handy little times from these guys. That's pretty much what we've got until they all go back out again. So, shots fired round 1, and B Black's obviously put it onto the wall, so he's out. Hugh Daff currently sitting P1 with a 15.5. He's half a second clear of Upper Rubric, so not too sure where Rubric's going to find half a second, but great from him. Abyss in P3, not bad in the Haas. Tell you what, the Haas boys would love to see their cars in Q3 once in their lifetime. Rapid Kahoot P4, Broken Reptile in the Alpha P5, Super currently in P6. He'd be pretty happy with a 15.8, and Willie at 16 obviously made quite a few errors in his lap. Relic yet to set a time, so he's going to be coming out with himself, but yeah, Reedy just in the chat just saying in terms of the mediums, so yeah, look, Reedy, definitely the ideal strategy is mediums to hards at Spain. If you can get into Q3, that's the way that I would do it. And then it all goes to shit when it starts raining in the race. Good to see Relic struggling out of the pits. So so Super, the first one out for his hot lap. Tuned into the Euro multiplayer. What a great race that was this morning. Plenty of action around. Whoa, Super's lost it in turn 7. Absolutely gave it a spin. Wing damage, waiting. Yeah, he's through. He's okay. He saved it, thankfully. What was I saying? Relic's going out now. He doesn't really want to be in front of Super because he'll probably lose it, but it was a good race, Matt. Very good race.
For some people.
I know.
I had a bit of a mare, but we were running reduced damage rate.
Yes.
Which kind of meant that people got away with hitting the walls reasonably hard, which meant that we had no safety cars, and therefore the few of us that had underfueled didn't get our fuel back, so it was quite a hard race. Yeah, it was a long race of driving around at 20 miles an hour.
So Relic's going to be the first one to put a time on the second round, or his first lap, 21.45. Really tricky left-hander here. If you don't get it right, it can really spin you out. And it doesn't see, this is a tricky turn 7, which a lot of people get unstuck, particularly the guys without traction control. Into the blind turn 9, slight lift in 7th. Takes that quite nicely, Relic. Nice work. Hard onto the brakes, second gear, hard into the left, which is now sort of more of a hairpin than anything else. This undulating left right up the hill can very much unsettle the car if you don't have the grip. Hard downhill, and this S's of stupidity, as I like to call it, onto the main straight. 110, that's not a bad Relic's definitely in the 15s. Is he good enough for a 14? 15.2 P2. Very nice.
Supra's falling in behind.
And Super with a 15.6.
Yeah.
So P5, I think we've got the Alpha, sorry, a 15.182 from Rubric, not good enough. Where is Hugh? He's the only one that I think that can probably challenge. Abyss is out he's done for the day. Reptile, where's he sitting? Just trying to see where Hugh Daff is at the moment. Coming through Sector 1, I think. No, Sector 3. So let's take a look here. He's 2/10 up. He's in the 14s, mate. He's in the 14s. 14.7, 14.8 from Hugh Daff. This could be an absolute blinder. 14.8! P1. That is putting a cat among the pigeons. Message delivered, Hugh. Message delivered. Broken Reptile, 15.3. Good enough to P4, which leaves Willie the last one to... and he's well and truly out, so he's not going to improve. He's going to finish P8. And there is no one else left on track, so that's it. Pole for Daff. P1 with a 14.8. And he has definitely sent a message to all the Div 1 boys that, yep, I'm going to be hard to catch. So looking forward to this. That's a great result from Hugh. 14.8, amazing lap there from Hugh in the Alpine. Rubric in P2, the Division 1 reigning champion of 15.1. Don't count him out. It's obviously you dance on Saturday, get points on Sunday. Relic in P3, another good opportunity from Nathan. Broken Reptile P4, Abyss P5, Super P6, Kahoot, Willie and B Black, who didn't set a time after he spun it. So that's it. Boys have bought the ticket to the dance. Now it's time to show up. So look forward to some really good racing here. And now we're probably going to find out the weather forecast.
Well, with the way that first corner runs, it's not too terrible starting in P2 because you've got the inside line on the corner. So Rubric just needs to stay with him enough to get the inside line, and he might sneak past him at turn 1.
Yeah, well, soon find out. Obviously, the Australian, we don't wait for 5 minutes just to get this race going. Boys are already readying up, so...
At least with our 5 minutes, you can get an ad break in between.
Someone's got to pay for the telecasts.
Yeah.
And here we go. Warm-up lap. Thank you very much. So, on the mediums, we've got Hugh Daff, Rubric and Relic, our top 3 starting on mediums. So, you probably expect him to go to lap 15, maybe lap 16. So, the AWS guide of mediums to hards, obviously the best strategy. Rubric, Relic in P3, Broken Reptiles our first of our soft ones. So, he'll want to be trying to get in front of these guys as quick as he possibly can because those softs are going to go off very, very quickly. Abyss in P5 so far. Supra on the mediums. Kahoot in 7th on the mediums as well. And Willie and Black on the reds. And Pinju will start on the mediums. Ocean, one of 2 drivers outside of the top 10 that are actually going to go for the alternative strategy and actually going to go hards to mediums. So let's see how that works out for Ocean. Muno's actually joined him down there in P17. So everyone else is on fresh mediums except for Ocean and Muno. So...
Well, we've got a few cars losing it on the permission lap. So you had It's Your Boy here. He's dragging himself around now. And I believe it was Crew de Karma also lost it in Sector 2.
Yeah, good to see. Someone's always got to lose it on the formation lap. It's good to see Willie hasn't though. He's generally a bankable odds that he'll spin it at sometimes in the formation lap. But yeah, we'll see how they go. All about getting points today, making sure that we get ourselves a good bank of points, set ourselves up for the rest of the season. waiting for the rest. Mono taking a position. Clem obviously there, and waiting for It's Your Boy to be the last. Please give me a decent... Oh, here we go, that'll do. 5 lights, and away we go with the rumble here. Barcelona down the run down turn 1. Hugh Daff's got off the line quite nicely. Rubik is tucked inside. Relic in P3 as we go into the very tricky turn 1, and hopefully they all get through here quite nicely there. We've actually got a Williams has been spun around. I think that's Rapid Willie that's been able to got himself involved. Broken Reptile's got himself quite nice and out there. He's going to be challenged on the inside by Abyss, and everyone seems to, except for Willie's got himself into danger. By the looks of it there, has been spun around turn 1. We'll have to get back to that, but we'll follow the leaders here as Hugh has got himself almost a second out already on the first lap. Relic has got past there, so Rubik's probably made a mistake somewhere, probably coming into turn 2. Cahoot's got himself into P4 from P7, so that's a great jump from him. Super up to P3. Relic trying to trace down Hugh Daff, who that incredible pole of 14.8, and leads us away and trying to break that DRS zone into the first lap. In fact, he's actually cleared it quite nicely, Hugh Daff. Down the way, the Ocean Man's got himself up into P11. Rapid Willie's been able to reclaim, getting outside of Kruder and getting himself back into track. Nice and tight into this sector 3. Willie needs to recover there with the Reds. Hopefully he hasn't got wing damage. And we'll see if anyone's going into the pits. Doesn't look like it, so looks like we're all good here. Cahoot, something's definitely gone here. Cahoot's gone up to P2 here. Got past Relic's going through. Super's dropped himself down to P4. So the guys go through. Relic and... Oh, hang on. Hugh Daff all the way down in P19. He's had a spin somewhere. Something's gone wrong. Something's gone wrong for the pole sitter, who sees himself now on that. It's a timing glitch.
It's a timing glitch, yeah. He's still in P1.
Yeah, and as soon as you see It's Your Boy's P1, you know that something's wrong. Mate, good on you, It's a Boy. He's leading this championship from P20 or P21 by the looks of it. I'm not too sure. He's 1 minute 10 ahead on the first lap. That is great work by you guys, Cody, but Hugh, I was worried about there for a minute. Relic has got...
Oh, B Black's out.
P3.
B Black is
B
out.
Black, there we go. And virtual safety car. He's lost it onto turn 7, that dreaded turn 7 where everyone says 7 and... It seems to be turn 3, 7 and 9, which seems to trick everybody here. So under virtual safety car conditions...
Hugh Daff's built up a bit of a lead. 2 seconds.
He's broken. It's broken that DRS, which is most important now.
Abyss pits.
Abyss pits. And what is he going to... He'll be getting off those reds. Under the virtual safety car, he's probably looked at it and taken a gamble. He'll probably either go mediums, I'd imagine.
Yeah, mediums.
Off to the mediums with this. Yep. We've got a very slow It's Your Boy struggling way back. He's lost it somewhere. Not doing that well in his first race in Div 1. He's just filling in tonight, actually. But we're back in racing conditions. Hugh Daff is out there with 1 minute 30. He's actually lapped the field in 3 laps. That's a pretty impressive effort, if you don't mind. Not only has he lapped them, he's actually got through a lap and a first sector in 3 laps. The man's just on a mission. Relic's sitting in there, Coop sitting there P3, Rubik P4, Supra biding his time, Reptile. Josie Wiles, we're just going to have to wait for this timing screen to sort of give us a bit of a settle down, but you can see that DRS train starting to form behind Josie Wiles already. We've got Pinju P8, Ocean Man, he's got himself into P9 on those hards, so he'll be pretty happy with himself so far. Willie back into P10, but on the reds. So, and he's lost it.
Yeah.
He has lost it massively. And Spinola, but he's got it. He's been able to reclaim it. Not too sure if you guys are doing it. I noticed that
there's a bit of a dodgy rejoin as well, straight in front of Patty Crow.
Yeah, but Paddy was able to... Oh, he's probably going to get him down here. Nice work by Paddy. Obviously the pace there. He's going to take Willie. into quite comfortably actually. So Paddy up a position into P15, who was our Div to finish third place actually, and he's got inside actually Supra. Supra's lost it. I think he's got wing damage of some description there. In fact, yes, massive wing damage. He's lost the entire wing Supra, so he'll be pinning. So he's unfortunately come out.
Kimmy's looking to get past Cruder.
Okay, let's take a look here. Turn 7. Can he get the job done? He's lining Cruder up. DRS. I think the front straight's probably the best one. This back straight's definitely not long enough, but he's well in his zone.
As we've got a yellow flag, 62. That was just one of the Williams going slow that he's rejoined.
Hugh Daff with the fastest lap as he now accelerates to a 2-second lead. Cruder's probably now safe, I'd imagine now, thanks to...
Rapid Willie's lost it again in sector 3.
Has he? Oh boy, he has. Let's see what Kimmy's done.
As has his teammate Clem in sector 2, who's lost it around turn 7.
Wow, and that's it. Kimmy's out.
Kimmy's out. Supra is also out. Supra in just before pit entry.
And we have got our first safety car. Kimmy out of turn 1, coming into turn 2. He's just clipped that inside barrier. Supra's actually parked himself on the entry into turn 1. And oh no, that is unlucky. Can you believe it? It's Your Boy's got himself a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. So Clem, Supra's actually parked it on the entry into the main straight. That's where he's actually parked it.
Yeah,
So
I believe it's more of a glitch than him doing that on purpose, because we had the same thing in one of the European leagues, that it almost like resets it to track and then retires you, and you just end up sat there on that corner.
Yeah. Just answering Reedy in the chat, mate. Unfortunately, we've got no weather forecast from the drivers. They didn't give it to us, so we don't know. But at the moment, it seems pretty overcast, so we might get rain later. Who knows? Reptile's in the pits. He's getting off those reds, and he'll put himself on the mediums. And other way, it's Ocean Man up to P7 as we go to our first safety car of the day. So drive through for It's Your Boy. Cruder's got himself a penalty as well, as we all form up behind the safety car. It's Your Boy, another drive-through penalty.
Another drive-through, yeah.
Speaking under 2 of them now.
I believe that's a new one, because
the
first one wasn't under safety car.
So we take a look at those first 5 laps, and I think Q is just very comfortable out there. Very, very comfortable. Didn't get challenged by Rally, got 2 seconds out, and Willie's obviously left. So let's see if we can get him back in.
Yeah, so It's Your Boy here has 2 drive-through penalties. Just
2 drive-through penalties.
Race director.
Wow. Willie's going to have to join back in, but Kimmy sort of lost it out there, caused the safety car, and then... So let's take a look at the winners, or get rid of the penalties, but fastest lap, no, we want... So the winners so far, Josie Wales has got himself up 7 positions. We've got Cahoot's got up 4. Josie, as I said, 7. And Paddy Crow has got himself from P19 up to P12. Great effort from Paddy. He was a bit nervous coming into this race, Matt. He sort of didn't think he was sort of on the pace. He's come up from Div 2, but I think he's definitely showing that he's got the capabilities of competing in this division. Muno's up 6 positions. Cruder up 6 as well. The rest between 5 and 4 is our worst one, Broken Reptile, who's dropped to 10, but that's obviously because he's pitted. So So the first of our pitters are actually Abyss in P13. He's our first guy that stopped. And then he's in P13 with Broken Reptile. Obviously just need each of your boys stop once, and Willie and Willie's obviously going to have to join back in. I'm going to see if you can send him an invite unless he's already here. Yeah, he's still ghosting. Let me see if I can get him back in. Hopefully he can join, because we've had a lot of issues getting guys to rejoin. In fact, we had F1 Fanatical, unfortunately. Safety car in this lap. So Hugh will take control of the field. He'll let the little red Mercedes go choo-choo. Willie's back in, thankfully. That's good news. And Hugh to take control. See if he can get himself away. Just a little dab on the left of the brake here, left pedal. Hugh, you know the thing on the right? It's called an accelerator. Use it, mate. And we are away, so let's take a look here. Relic's been able to get a really good jump here on Hugh. He may just have him into turn one. Hugh defending on the left. Probably has done enough. What's the action like down the back there, Matty?
SG Romulus is tight on the back of Noodles. Those Noodles as Rubric's lost it.
Rubric's lost it. Rubric has lost it. Has he lost some wing there?
Also Patty Crow.
Paddy Crow's lost as well.
Trying to get it back on track. They're both back on track.
Both back on track. Have they got wing damage?
Also dropped down a little bit.
So Rubric's definitely pitting. He's lost his wing. Paddy Crow, let's take a look and see how he's going.
His car's fine at the moment.
That's good news. So let's get back out to the action. Hugh Daff, Relic just tiding in. He's obviously a little bit tighter this time, which is good. So he's been able to maintain or keep up through. Cahoot in P3. Josie Wales in P4 now. Pinju in the P5. Ocean Man, Rappin' Noodles. P7. SD Romulus. Kurtakamba with that penalty. Just giving SD a little bit of a nudge into that hard left. And Muno up into P10, into the points for the first time for a very long time. Kurtakama, he's been able to get up on the inside. Great pass. But SD Romulus holds on the outline. Oh, 2 does not go into here, boys. 2 does not go. Oh, Kruder! That is a pass, if you don't mind. But mind you, SD's coming back. This is some exciting stuff. Kruder, can they get this down on the line? That is some good passing, Kruder. Let me tell you, SD has not given this up, though.
Oh, you got Munner joining in the fight as well.
Oh, there we go. And SD Kruder says, no, you're not going to have it back. It's all mine. But that was some great racing from those guys. Muno goes, hey, hang on, I might have a piece of this too. He's getting in on excited as well. So this battle is definitely heating up. And SD, will he come back? Yeah, he was our Division 2 champion. And great pass by Kruder in a position that, like, let's be honest, I don't think anyone would want to even dare pass. But great pass. I'm not too sure about you, Matty, but I think Yano might be putting that on the top 5 this week. I reckon it might have a good chance of getting in there.
As we have a safety car now. And just looking to see where that is from. There's nothing obvious. Got Abyss driving around reasonably slowly. I don't see any. Must just be from debris on the track.
I'll be back in a minute, mate.
There's no obvious signs of anything on the track for the safety car, but Hugh Daff has taken this opportunity to jump into the pits and get himself sorted out. It's on some hard tyres, so we'll be going along to the end with those. And Relics is now your race leader, and he will sit in behind the safety car and try not to make sure that he goes past it. There we go. He was lining up to go past it then.
He was. So Coot's got himself up from P7 to P2 on the mediums as well. And Josie Pinchu's actually not too bad. He's in a pretty good position.
He's got Ocean Man in P5 on his hard tyres. Still, he'll be clawing on for as many laps as he can onto those hards. If he can get them to last long enough, he might even stick on softs.
Yes. Rubik's been able to pit. He's almost got himself a free pit stop actually, Rubik. So he got away with that. Lucky. Question is, can you get those hards to?
Something's going on with Rubik's car in the pit stop. It's being held after the.
Oh no.
He's glitched.
They haven't changed the wing.
Oh no! And now he's glitched onto the track.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
He's still not got a front wing on though, so I don't know whether that's been changed on his screen or not. But on mine, he's not got a front wing on.
Yep, and on mine he doesn't have a front wing either. So we're going to have to find out what happens with him. It doesn't look good for whether they've actually changed it.
On my pit stop counter, it hasn't actually counted his stop either, so it might have been that he didn't actually stop. Maybe it was a drive-through that glitched or something. Yep. But I don't think he had a drive-through. So.
Worst thing that's going to happen here is that because it was so short and It's Your Boy has not actually served one of those 2 drive-throughs. He only had 3 laps to serve it. Now, if it's under safety car, he could actually get technically disqualified here through no fault of his own.
You don't believe the game is smart enough to avoid that situation?
I'm going to let you answer your own question, Matty.
As Rapid Rubric tries to go for a pit stop again. Hopefully this time the Ferrari mechanics will all be a little bit more forthcoming with their skills.
Oh, there's something definitely wrong with Rubric's car. This is just...
It's glitching all over the place. Yeah, it drove into the wall. Well, we've got a front wing change and we've got some hard tyres on.
Yep.
So if we can get underway, green light.
He's got no wing. He's got no wing.
I see what's happening. It changes the wheels, changes the front wing, but as soon as it goes to get released, it glitches back to no front wing. And then gives them
5 second.
Yeah, that's what he got one of them last time as well. And then it glitches him back to track. So he's well and truly not going to recover from that.
Wow. Hard luck to Rubric.
Cody's finest.
Yes, gotta love Cody's at their best there. So another lap under the safety car.
Well, hopefully we won't have to wait for Rubric's stricken car to get to the back of the pack. We should be underway at the end of this lap. As Broken Reptile makes his way into the pits.
Interesting. Is he going to the... He'll be definitely looking at the hards, I would imagine.
Jumps onto the hard tyres. Rejoin the back of the pack before the safety car comes in.
Yep, and he sort of didn't have much to worry about there in terms of his position, so few daff on those. Everyone in front of him
is off.
Mono's lost it. How does Mono lose it on a safety car? Like, come on, mate. It's not that hard. He's really lost it. He's back down to P16 now. Rubric is the only one behind him. He's
lost an M plate, so he might have to. Yeah, so he might have to get his car in to the pits, get a new front wing on as well.
Not too sure. They've got a 5 second penalty to go with it. Rubric, well done. And the wing comes off. The wing goes. He's on the reds now.
Yeah, but he's selecting a new tyre each time.
Oh, look at this. And look at this. He's got a wing back.
He's got a wing.
Left the game.
Okay.
He's
rejoined.
Got he's got wing. So anyway, let's see. Safety car in this lap.
The best part of that, half a lap down. Can he catch up again? Or the end? Munard should be making his way into the pit lane as they come round the corner as well. Relics with the restart then. Backing it up to the chicane. Goes early on the chicane. Almost slides it round. Pretty dangerous starting that early. Comes down the main straight. And he's got a decent gap back to Kahoot and an even bigger gap back to Josie Wales as they come down the main straight.
Ocean Man looks like he's putting a move on Pinju for P4. Nice move there by Ocean into turn 1. So Pinju either sort of let him go or whatever it may be, but at the front, Relic's trying to get out of that DRS zone.
Munard's DNF'd. I believe it's just...
Doesn't surprise me. Is he retired in the pits by the looks of it?
It looks that way. I don't see anything on track, so it looks like he's just pulled it into the pits.
And Rubrik's either he's joined, I'm not too sure where he is at the moment, but yeah, Relic trying to get out of that 1 second DRS. Kahoot will not let him go. These guys are going to have to pit within the next 3 to 4 laps, and that's sort of going to play into guys like Willie, who's already pitted. He's on hards, 6-lap hold hards, and Hugh Daff. It's going to play into those guys. So Willie's not out of it at the moment. It depends if he can get those hards to go through. We've got another. That looks like SD Romulus down there. Or was that the Abyss?
That's Abyss. Yeah, it's Abyss.
Yep, Abyss has lost it.
You also had It's Your Boy here as well, losing it a little bit.
Really trying to get back into here, but Relic once again leading it out here onto lap 14. We've got another. Oh, looks like
Paddy Crow.
Reptiles lost it.
Paddy Crow, yeah, Paddy Crow hit the wall and he's managed to get going again, but he's
good news.
Just got going ahead of Rubrik, so Rubrik trying to get past, just before the pit entry, or before the chicane.
And there you go. As I picked it, look at that, Itchy Boy's been disqualified for not serving his drive-through penalty.
Yeah.
Now, that has got to be looked at by Cody's, because that is not his fault. I mean, okay, he got 2 drive-through penalties, but you can't serve it under the safety car.
You're meant to follow the safety car into the pits.
Yeah.
And if you don't follow the safety car into the pits, then it gives you it.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, because essentially, as soon as the safety car is into the pits, that's obviously, by the time it gets to the line, that your green flag running then. So that counts.
Yeah.
That counts as your last opportunity. Obviously, I think he probably had an opportunity to pit before the safety car came out, so that would have counted as, the first couple of opportunities. He left it 1 lap, then he should have come in behind the safety car.
There you go. Fair enough. So Relic leads here onto lap 15 of 33. He's 1.5 seconds ahead of Kahoot. Josie Wales 1.5 seconds back. Ocean Man in P4. Pinju still in that DRS train. Noodles hanging in there with 0.5 second behind Pinju. Krudakama with that great move on SD Romulus. He's now in P7. Rapid Willie in 8th. SD Romulus in 9th. And Hugh Daff in 10th. The first of our major guys. See if he can crawl his way up. Rubik with a fastest lap of a 1:18.2. He's definitely taken control of the car. And he's got himself back up to P13 thanks to the pits of Abyss and Paddy Crow. So Clem sort of getting himself back used to the game. He's had a big gap. Missed the last 4 games or 4 races. So he's only been started to come back in the last month or so. So good to see him going through.
Pinju getting past Ocean Man.
Yeah, great pass there by Pinju, just there on the hairpin, and just missed out that. But good work from Pinju. Having a really nice race. He's obviously the weight of the Tifosi. Definitely on Pinju's.
We got a safety car as
and Paddy Crow has missed it.
Lost it on the main straight. Safety car's going to come out.
So this is safety car number 3. And there he is.
There's a few cars coming to the pits. Ocean Man and Noodles both coming into the pits, making use of this time.
Yep.
Jumping on to the medium for Ocean Man. Noodles onto the softs. That's ballsy.
Wow. Absolutely. He's definitely going to have to do a second stop, Noodles. Relic, is he trying to squeeze these mediums under the safety car conditions to a red? It's the only thing I can think of why he hasn't already pitted. It's the only reason why he would stay out. Lap 15, that is definitely in the zone to be going to hards, unless he just missed the pin entry.
It was a very late call on the safety car, as most of the cars. So we've still got to do another lap before we get behind the safety car. So
yeah,
they were already past the pit entry before it was called.
Yep. You can see that's Rubik down the bottom. So I'm waiting on to see the so Relic will probably, you'd expect these top 5 guys to pit now for the hards. Relic, Kahoot, Wales, Pinju, and Kruder Karma. Yep, Relic's into the... No, Relic's...
No.
Yep, no.
He avoids it.
Through and he avoids it. Kahoot's in. Now, obviously, Josie's got to go through because he can't double stack behind Kahoot, even though it's probably the quicker way of doing it. Pinju keeps going through. He's not going to pit, so Kahoot's... And Kruder Karma's gone through, so basically the only one that's pitted is really Kahoot.
And SG Romulus is pitted as well.
Yes. So he'll be going to the hards, as so will Kahoot. So I'll be interested to see where these guys are. In fact, Kahoot's come out on the reds. So these guys are 2-stopping.
Yeah, and SG Romulus has gone for softs as well.
Yep.
They'll be going for a push stint, and then hoping for another safety car later on, maybe, to jump onto something else.
So 16 laps in, Relic, Josie, Pinju and Kruder. Willie, they'll definitely 10 laps, another 16 laps, 26 laps on the hards.
And so Noodles comes out, but Rubric back into the pits for another another glitchy pit stop, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's another glitchy pit stop. He's definitely
back onto the mediums. Onto another set of mediums. Might have been on his previous pit stop that he ended up going back onto his first set of mediums because he changed tyres so many times.
Yeah.
And now he's gone back onto his fresher set.
Yeah, let's hope so. It's a lot more racing, 16 laps to go, so we've got plenty of more action here.
Oh, as Abyss has lost it. And he's managed to spin himself around and get back on track.
And the Welshman of Wisdom has joined us, Rapid Vorno. Good to see him on there. And his words of wisdom for today from the Welsh Wisdom Man is, simple way not to get disqualified because of a drive-through penalty. Don't get the drive-through penalty in the first place.
Let alone 2 of them.
And let alone 2 of them. So words of wisdom from the Welsh Wisdom Man. Good to have you on board there, Vorno. Good to see you, mate. Hopefully, I must say, was a little bit. I watched the multiplayer cars this morning, and I honestly thought that an imposter had taken over Jack's car because he got to lap 16 without a penalty. And,
well, it was Baku. The one place that you can almost get away with no penalties.
And I think he just got a penalty as he came into the pits, and then it just all turned to shit. And I've gone, okay, Jack is definitely driving the car. But was it East Winger won it? Was it?
S Winger won, yeah.
Yeah, I like to call it East Ender, I think.
East Ender. Yeah, he had a good solid drive. He had quite a reasonable lead for most of the race, I think. So,
yeah. And Daz, he had in control of it and sort of lost it just coming out of the castle section and running into the wall. So that sort of put pay to him. Otherwise, he was in a pretty comfortable position to win it. So
yeah, there was a couple of incidents for the front runners. So it's kind of threw it all up in the air.
So
a lot of weaving going on. Getting all the tires warmed
Josie
up.
Pinju and Kruder, obviously they're pushing for a red. They're banking on another safety car. or they're going to try and push these mediums to red. So I'd love to see the percentages on these tyres after 17 laps. I mean, we've had, what, 5-6 laps under safety car, so they wouldn't be that bad, but still, you'd want to be getting these to lap 25 in order to get into a red. Josie Wales got a 5-second, Ocean's got a 5-second with Broken Reptile, so there comes the running up the arse. So you're going to find that Ocean Man's going to have to pit if he's come through. So away we go, Relic, Josie Wales. Anyone's pitting on there? No, they're all going through. We've got plenty of action through. Broken Reptile trying to get one on through. Nothing. Yep. Ocean Man, no, holds out. SD Romulus can't get the job done on those reds. Abyss in P12. Noodles in P13 and Rubric back on the mediums. Hopefully he's racing that. Looks like he is, which is good news. So he's back in. So Relic, 1.4 seconds. So he's definitely got the jump on there. Pinju, also from Josie Wales. Pinju sort of tucked himself in nicely behind Josie and he'll drag him on a lot. Cruder had a very, very comfortable race. Cruder, I've liked a lot of what he's done today in P4. Willie sitting there on the hards. He's definitely not going to be stopping. He's in P5. Hugh Daff, who was our race. Oh,
Cruder Karma's out.
Cruder. The commentator's curse. I just give him a little bit of a rip up and he then puts it into the turn on wall of death, and there we go, safety car again. Where's that that common saying, safety cars bring more
Well,
safety
your top
cars?
3 will be jumping into the pits ASAP, I would have thought, with those mediums.
You would have thought, absolutely.
Or are they going to hold out?
Nope. Relic's in, Josie's in, Pinju's in.
Yep,
they're all
in.
They're all in. What's Ocean Man going to do from here? He's going through, so that makes Willie our race leader. Hugh Daff sits in on P2. Rapper Kahoot, who's going to have to pit again in P3 on those reds, and Willie's lost it in 2-2. Can you believe it? Under a safety car, he's spun it. So that gives Daff the actual lead. Would you believe this? Kahoot sitting there. Now, Kahoot now, he could pit for a medium and that would get him to the end. So does he stick with this strategy of getting the reds as long as he can?
It's too late to pit. If he pits now, he puts him right at the back and it's going to be terrible to get back through. He should have, if he wanted to pit, he should have pitted smack bang as soon as it got called.
A lot of guys going to the reds. You see Pinju's done it, Relic's done it, Josie's done it in 10, 11 and 12. But they've got a little medium runner called Rapid Rubik in front of them that I don't think he'll be moving over too quickly.
No.
Abyss down there in P13, so...
The thing with this safety car is it might play into the soft runner's hands in that it takes less wear out of the tyres and they can make them last long enough to get themselves around. Especially if we then have another one later on. But then they will just pit again anyway, so...
Exactly.
But if we had like a VSC later on, then it could play into the hands of the soft runners.
True, very true.
Well, between yesterday and today, are you Australians still running reduced safety car, or you've gone back to standard?
I think we've gone back to standard. We went to standard yesterday with wet conditions. I think we're going to have to look at reduced again. We're definitely reducing it. We've got Monaco next week.
Yeah.
So we're definitely looking at reduced thing. And we're running our first Division 3 race tomorrow night. It'll be a mixture of the Division 2 boys and our new guys. We've got like 11 guys on the roster that are reserves. Sorry, 10 guys on the roster that are reserves as well. So got plenty of guys on the books, so hopefully they can have a bit of a race and see how they go around Spain. But you have, without doubt, had a massive influx of drivers.
Yeah, so we've had about 40 new guys join in the space of the weekend, pretty much.
Wow.
So I put an advert out for Division 2, European Division 2, as we were running about, what were we on, like 9, 10, 11 drivers or something. So I just wanted a couple more just to fill it up. Yeah, ended up with about 40 something replies. And so we've created Division 2B and Division 2C.
Sounds like classrooms, 2A, 2B, 2C.
Well, the thing is, because I advertised for Division 2, I don't want to start calling them Division 3 and Division 4 when there's people that are faster than half of Division 1 in them.
Wow. So, seeing the sound that goes. So, Daff's going to lead them out. Interesting to see what Kahoot does here with the Reds, whether he's able to get past Hugh and get a gap big enough for him to be able to pit. So that's obviously going to be Kahoot's number one call from here.
He'll have a lot more grip into turn 1, so he just needs to stay with Hugh Daff on this restart. Kahoot's going to have him here because Hugh Daff is leaving it way too late. So
way too late.
Kahoot's going to have the speed. Oh, 5-second penalty, Kahoot. For Clem.
How does that work? He's nowhere near Clem.
He must have bumped him right up the back just as they came through. And Kahoot's jumping all over the place. Kahoot is now in behind Ocean Man. So it might just be he glitched back a couple of meters and into the front of Clem.
Well, Clem's up in P5 after 17 lap hole tyres. I don't get this. I just don't get how he was in P2. How did he make contact with Clem?
Well, Clem's dropping down the order now. He's being mugged by about 3-4 different people now.
And I think Rubik's going to have a piece of him as well. 17 lap old tyres is not going to be the good thing. Rubik's going to take him here. Just nice and easy around P9. Clem's out wide, has zero grip. Rubik's going to just dance it down on the inside. Nope, doesn't get the job done. He'll wait for the front straight. Let's see what Ocean Man's got with Daff. That's probably worked out. Kahoot's got himself back. I don't know what happened with that glitch, but it didn't look good.
Well, 1 second he was right in behind Hugh Daff, and then the next second he was about 5 meters back in behind Ocean Man. So see where we all fell out. Ocean Man's got the run on Hugh Daff now. Got the overspeed coming down into turn 1. Hugh Daff will be a lot slower on these harder tyres. I'm not counting Noodles out either with those medium tyres on 5 laps. He can certainly catch up to these guys and put some pressure on with Kahoot and Ocean Man both with the 5-second penalties.
Yep. So don't count Noodles out. He's in P4, nice and settled. Willie's 16 lap hold. SD Romulus needs to pit again on those Reds, but he's obviously taking a different strategy. Rubric, after all that kerfuffle and issues, he's actually got himself in front of Pinju, who's just obviously recently pitted. So see how it goes there. Josie Wales in P9 and Clem in P10, who has to pit. Broken Reptile P11, Abyss and Relic all the way down there in 13th after leading at one stage. So I think he's gone the Reds and then he's pitted again for the mediums actually, unless he's got some wing damage at some stage. So Hugh Daff just coming into the dreaded chicane of stupidity out into the main straight. See if Daff can, Ocean Man can get close enough, DRS enabled. Probably too far away to get him this time. Kahoot, those Reds, this strategy isn't working out for Kahoot, and he's going to fall back once he has to pit. So I think you're right here, Matty. It's going to be down to those three. I think we can count Kahoot out. Willie's going to have to pit at some stage. SD Ramos is going to have to pit as well. Rubric, I tell you what, based on all I can see in the data in front of me, this guy could actually pull a podium out.
Yeah, Rubric. Can get up there.
Wow. And if he gets after all the issues he experienced with those pit stops, then he gets himself back into a podium position. There's a sector 2, there's a spin-off.
It's Abyss.
Yep. And Relic is way back in on turn 3. So Hugh Daff leading here. Ocean Man definitely within striking distance here on the front straight. We're trying to get onto the front straight here as we go through sector 3. Unfortunately for Kahoot, that red strategy has not worked, and let's see if Ocean Man can take him from here.
Got the DRS then. Everybody's hitting fastest lap. Ocean Man's got him.
He's got him.
Passes on the
Great
right hand,
pass
on the
by Ocean.
left hand side, right hand side.
Yep. So let's see if Ocean Man can stretch his legs. Kahoot will probably be the next one to take it through. We have got Pinju settled behind Rubric. He's obviously doing the team thing. SD Romulus is he's got himself a time penalty for exceeding track limits. Rubric is sitting behind, trying to find a way to get past him, but you know, good own Relic has got the fastest lap of the 1:17.6 on those fresh mediums. Good work to SD, holding on tight. Oh, a bit shaky out of turn 7, and he's dropped 2 places. So Rubric's jumped into P6. There's some serious glitching going on in this game.
Pinju getting past Rubric, little team swap there.
Yep. And,
although he goes deep and Rubric gets back in front of him.
Yep, so maybe there wasn't any team orders there. Swing back here into the top 3. Kahoot would be lining Hugh Daff up. He has to get past him and get past him now, otherwise his race is shot.
Hugh Daff does pick up the DRS off of Ocean Man as well, though, so that's counteracts Kahoot's DRS.
Exactly.
And Hugh Daff actually pulls it. Oh, and Rapid Kahoot's lost it into turn 2, 3, whatever.
He's lost it.
Spins it back onto the track.
Spinola. But he's done the right thing, so we've got rid of the reset to track rule, by the way. It's a 10-second penalty.
I still think spinning onto the track is just as bad as resetting the track. But you've got cars whizzing past.
Yep, fair point. Rurik now into pit. So oh look, he obviously knows Pinju's going to have to pit here. That's brought elevated Noodles up into P3. Hugh Daff within a second. Ocean Man. So Hugh's going to obviously hope that Ocean's tyres let go, but they'll easily get to P16. 16 lap old tyres will be quite easy. Another 7 laps, yeah, we'll be fine. So Willie has to pit at some stage. I don't think he's going to be able to drag those tyres out there. If we've got any more action, Josie Wales on SD Romulus. Into sector 3. He's on the reds with SD as well, so...
Well, Noodles is actually falling off the back of Hugh Daff rather than catching him, so might be Ocean Man that's going to be the one that benefits out of this.
Wells. Yep, so Josie Wales with the easy pass on SD. Pinju's let Rubik through, so at some stage, so Pinju obviously playing the team game. And I don't think Rubik's the kind of guy that you want to argue with. So if Rubik says move over, I think
got a yellow flag in sector 1. That's the Clem in the Williams. He's managed to get it back on track as Kahoot comes back on track in behind Relics. So a little fight for P12 gonna happen between those two.
So Kahoot's he's best thing that he can try and do is try and get himself back into the points. Well, meanwhile up in front, Ocean and Hugh have got a nice little battle themselves. So yeah, you're probably right. They're sort of stretching away from Noodles. He's trying to keep up with them, but can't just seem to keep in there as Hugh's got the advantage of the DRS, but too far behind, I'm going to say. He's not going to get it John on Ocean at the moment with 6 laps remaining. Pinju setting back in Rubik. That's everyone's sort of stretching out a little bit. There's no real close battles on track. Maybe Kahoot's going to take pity on Relic from P13 and take P12 off him. So if you're Hugh Daff now, Matty, what's your thoughts going at the moment? Sort of bank up your DRS, your ERS, try and get it. Relic with a 1:17.3 gets our fastest lap. What's going in your mind? Do you sit and wait, or do you?
Well, I mean, Ocean Man's got the penalty. Hugh Daff's the one that's going to steal P1 from the penalty.
So you would
Do
imagine
you risk
that
the pass?
if you're going to win it, I imagine if you stay within 3 to 6 seconds, you're going to know that you're going to take the win. I'm probably on your side at the moment.
Well,
Yeah,
Hudaff's currently got 90-something% of battery left on his ERS, so
yeah.
if he can get close enough to Ocean Man to do a clean pass, he'll do a clean pass. But I wouldn't imagine he'll be risking it around corners or anything. Pulls to the inside, got the overspeed, left it a little bit too late.
And didn't even touch the ARS button. So either he's setting him up or he said, right, I'll just sit here behind.
Well, I think he's just trying to see how much he closes with just the DRS. Next time round, he'll chuck them both on, and it'll be a little bit more of a difference.
Yep, good point there.
But
yeah, it's got Relic on the so Kahoot with a 1:17.2 fastest lap. He's obviously pitted now, so he's going to go right to the end and just be like a hot knife through butter there for Kahoot. Way too easy. Nice dive, and he now has Clem in his sights, which Clem, 24 lap old hards, is still going. That is that's some pretty good work there, Clem. So he's obviously trying to stretch those to the end. Biss next up, Broken Reptile, ST Romulus. So they're all sort of comfortable in those positions. Oh no, Rubik's lost it. Rubik lost it. Coming out of that tight, he's obviously clipped it, and he's now down into 8th. So back on track for him. And down to 9th. So that is costing him some valuable points when it was good. Oh, he's actually in the pits now. Oh, he's lost his win. Daff's definitely going to be just sit there and goes, you know what, I'll just take the win after the penalties. Really can't get through close, and there's really no sort of closer sort of battles on track. So Wednesday night, tell us a little bit about the division. The division's coming with the Euros. What have we got to look forward to for the rest of the week, Matt?
Sorry, somebody's trying to be a bit of a pain.
Oh, who's this?
It's your boy here. Decided to spam me on the Discord. So not quite sure why.
Oh, hang on. Daff's just got himself a 3-second penalty. He's going to have to get it on track, or he is going to finish second. Not the time to be getting a penalty. Louis dropped out of the DRS with Noodles, so Noodles comfortably in P3, 2.5 seconds. So now Hugh is, he's obviously now has to put the ARS, he has to put the juice down. He now knows he's got 2 laps to get this job done, or Ocean's going to win it. Kahoot on Clem. The Reds versus the 26 lap old hards. Clem flashing like red like a hooker on a Saturday night. Somehow managed to stay in front of Kahoot. Relic just tucked in behind him. But I don't think Clem's going to put up too much of a fight. What Kahoot, oh, nice pass. Inside. That there is actually some very clean and good racing from those guys. Well done to Clem. Sort of hung it out, gave him the space and let Kahoot go through. Relic as well might actually get a piece of this on the inside. No. Does he get him out to the main straight? Has he actually at the front, Matt? Let's go through. Relic has got Clem lined up. Does he dive? Yes. Oh, just very deep though. Relic very, very deep. But Clem survives another day, drops down to P12, and those 2 guys go through. So Hugh Daff sort of lining him up. Couldn't get the job done. We have 2 laps to go. Broken Reptile's got through on ST Romulus. So those Reds are sort of done. But Broken Reptile, but he's now in a P7. Good effort from him. Josie Wells in P6. Pinju P5. And Rapid Rubik has dropped himself all the way down to P13. He's 1:16.3. He's got the fastest lap. He's just going to take it away. He's not going to get any points with 2 laps to go. So Ocean Man, this is Hugh's last chance, last roll of the dice. Can he get close enough, and can he 80%? So he's definitely got enough ERS, Matt. It's a matter of can he get fast, close enough, or is Ocean got enough built up? Ocean's got 29, so that's probably going to be enough to defend. Then 3-second time penalty, really not going to affect the...
Using all the DRS, all the DRS.
Yes.
Ocean Man defends slightly to the inside. Hudaff doesn't have enough over speed to get past. Still catching him through this long right-hander. Ocean Man's flashing. Hudaff will be catching him through this next section as well.
He's only got one more time to go, and that is into the back straight. Pretty short, but he's going to have to get in close, and it's probably his last opportunity to pass. That 3-second time penalty, unfortunately, is really going to... He's going to look back on this, and it's going to cost him a race win, which he probably, based on qualifying, you would expect him to run away with it. And I reckon that's it. I think Ocean Man holds on for the win.
Well,
he's done enough.
Noodles and Willie is the real fight for P1. Whichever one of them comes out first will get P1, the other one P2. Oh,
Noodles!
Noodles. Willie hits Noodles up the bum and sends him off. That's a clip for the stewards.
Yes, Ocean Man 5-second penalty. Hugh Daff takes P1. He's got the win. Has Willie got close enough? No, he hasn't, but oh boy. Noodles and Pinju come across the line together. Josie Wiles comes across the line P6. Broken Reptile with his penalty. SD Romulus P8. Abyss goes for the I want to smash my car. I don't have to pay for it in the morning, but still leapfrogs SD Romulus. Kahoot recovers for that coveted 1 point. Rubric trying to get fastest lap after fastest lap and comes in at P11. Relic P12. Again, someone else wants to do it, and Clem is going around, and he will be our last runner in 13th position. So
I think there was a few glitches there with the timings as well. Just to add it into already being a bit interesting with that incident on the last couple of corners.
Yeah.
Because I believe Rapid Willie ended up in the wrong place.
Oh, right, okay.
So we'll have to have a look at that.
We sort of took Noodles coming out, but on the podium we've got Ocean Man, Hugh Daff and Willie. Definitely some late nights for the stewards, I'm going to imagine, which is us. So good luck to our top three.
Because as Willie and Noodles were coming round, he
was 2 seconds behind.
They were both within the window to jump both of them. Now, whether or not they lost a ton of time between the two of them from hitting each other might be the case. Otherwise, it looks like something was a bit up there.
So I've invited them through. 5 seconds. It looks like they Willie's joined the party. And Hugh, I'm not too sure if Ocean's going to join us. So we've got those two guys. Willie, Hugh, just remember to put your include your audio.
Yeah, it's all good.
So beautiful. So I'll run through here. Hugh Daff with the win so far with that late penalty was able to get across the line from Ocean Man, who had a 5-second unserved. Rapid Willie in P3, Noodles P4, Pinju in P5, a good recovery from him. Josie Wiles P6, Broken Reptile, probably a great race from him. Sees him in P7. Abyss P8. SD Romulus, the Division 2 champion, gets another points finish, SD, in P9. And Kahoot runs out our top 10 in 10th position. Rurik just missing out on the points. Relic in 12th. Clem and Kruder. And Paddy was the second of our DNFs. Muno, Kimmy with that turn into the wall in turn 2. Super out early and B Black. And Itchy Boy was one of the first ones to run. So we have got our two of our top 3 for Alpine Racing. Hugh, our race winner. Congratulations, mate.
Oh, thanks. That was such... Oh, I'm sweating. Sweating bullets, I am.
Yep. Some good... we were definitely talking... obviously, I don't have the penalties up in front, so I didn't actually realise that Ocean was 5 seconds and you had 3. But when you got that late penalty, I thought, you're going to have to go for it. But you got the chocolates, and we'll get to Willie in a minute. Were you happy with the overall strategy, Hugh?
I mean, it was good, but there was too many safety cars in it. My strategy would have been good if there was only 1 or 2 safety cars, but because there was 3 or 4, all the softer compounds, they were just smashing me in the end, so...
Yeah. And just got to highlight that 1:14.8 in qualifying, a good half a second ahead of, 0.3 ahead of Rubric in qualifying. That was a very impressive lap.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I will admit that was almost a fluke.
Yeah, fair enough. And so Ocean's obviously not joining us, but on to P3, and I'm not too sure if you'll join me in this, Matt, but controversy on the podium is all I can probably put it down to. I think there might be a late dance with the stewards there. Willie, what are your thoughts on what happened on that last lap?
Yeah, that last lap started off with me absolutely sending it down the main straight, and I had the pace on him through the middle sector into the third sector on that last straight. I had quite a big dive and thought I pulled it off, but he got better traction. Got pushed out wide. Don't know what turn it is up in the third sector, but then I'll be the first to admit it. I think I carry a bit more speed into that corner than Needles, and my fault. I hit his back. He got taken out. He should have been on the podium, not me. So that.
No, fair enough.
I think the little tangle between the two of you actually cost you P1 and 2. Because with the penalties, it would have dropped you both in first and second. So
yes, it would have. Yeah, even with my dive into the turn 10, I think it is. I think we still would have got 1 and 2. But look, I'll be the first to admit I made the penalty. I made him. Yeah, I took him out, and my mistake, and I'll cop whatever I get.
No, fair enough. But look, it was good, clean racing for the last couple of laps. I mean, we'll definitely take a look at it. But look, right now on the podium for yourself at the moment. So overall, a good race. It was actually a good recovery. We noticed that you were the hards were lap 24 or 25 laps on those hards. So
yeah, I
had
a bit of a shocker with my wheel, and had to end up restarting my Xbox, and then all of a sudden my car spun when I was leaving on the safety car.
And I think that Rapid Rubric probably had the most pit stops we've ever seen in history under the safety car. And his Tifosi pit crew didn't even manage to actually change the wing once. So
twice.
We're definitely having some... twice, actually. Yeah. Quiet words to him. But look, back to Hugh. Alpine, be very, very happy with the win. Congratulations. We move on to Monaco next. What are your thoughts with that track? Do you think that you'll be... it's going to be in your wheelhouse for next week?
I actually won't be able to race at Monaco.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I'll be at the snow, so that's not fun.
Are you a Melbourne supporter?
No, it's still camp.
So you oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Excellent. So up there, so you won't be... What about Benny Black? Will he be racing?
Yeah, he'll be racing.
Well, we'll definitely get a sub for you. And Willie, your thoughts around the treacherous streets of Monaco?
I love the track. If there are no glitches, then I think it's going to be... Qualifying is going to be fun. I'll say that.
Okay. Looking forward to it. I'd probably say, based on the Euro guys, so I think it was a 109 can't remember. Daz was a 109.2 or 109.3, Matt. From memory, correct me if I'm wrong.
No idea.
Yeah. But look, I'd like to see, I think it's going to be definitely for the Divi 1 guys, you're going to have to crack the 110s to make it into the top 10. Look, this is a really good league, nice and fast and quick and clean, and I know we had a couple of accidents, but look, just rounding it down, Hugh, P1, congratulations to you, Ocean, P2, Willie for P3.
Can I just
For the time
ask,
being.
what was the gap between me and Noodles?
About 0.4 of a second it ended up being.
Okay. Alright.
So that's what we're going through. And that'll wrap it up for tonight. Thanks very much for everyone joining us. Thanks to Sully's shirts. You're not dressed until you're wearing a Sully's. Thanks for their support and sponsorship, and we will see you guys in Monaco. Good luck to everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.